Hey guys, I'm still here at E3 2014 and we gotta talk about Arkham Knight. I'm going to talk about it back in my studio in New York though, because E3's over now by the time you're watching this. So let's get into it. Yeah, hey guys, I'm back here from E3. It's Jake of Future Past again, and this time I'm talking about Batman Arkham Knight, one of the games I was the most excited to see at E3. I got to play it. I got to play it with my hands. I couldn't believe it. I got to play it running on what seemed like PlayStation 4. It was a PS4 controller, and the game is awesome. Yeah, I mean, what do you want me to tell you? So far, it seems really cool. There are some issues. There are some little things that bother me, but it's really kind of more suspension of disbelief type of things. But gameplay, visually, Batman Arkham Knight is on point, as you would expect. And so I can only imagine that a delay is going to make things even better. Now, Batman Arkham Knight, I did not get to explore the whole open world, which does seem huge, by the way. I got to explore a small chunk of area near Ace Chemicals and do a thing and experiment with some driving puzzles and some combat, and I got to see a little bit of everything. And something I really liked about the game was the Batmobile. I was skeptical about the Batmobile. I didn't feel like the game needed it. Like, why add something to shake things up so much that couldn't work? But thankfully, the Batmobile does seem to kind of work. While I do have to kind of like stretch my brain around it a little bit, it works, and it's a lot of fun. The Batmobile essentially is kind of like an extension of Batman. It's always there, you're always aware of it, and it's always ready to be used. In the other Arkham games, when you look up towards a ledge and you see the prompt for right bumper to shoot a grappling hook, now when you look down at the ground, there's a prompt for left bumper to call the Batmobile. And you press it, Batman dives down, the Batmobile is called, he lands on the ground, the Batmobile pulls up, he hops in, and you're going. And the Batmobile is fucking badass. It's really badass. It's not like some people are saying on the internet, you only control accelerating and decelerating. You steer it. It's very arcade style. You know, it's not Grand Theft Auto, but you can stop, you can turn, you can do burnouts and stuff, you can control and reverse and stuff like that. And it's awesome. The sense of speed and the sense of power is there. And what I really enjoyed was the puzzles. The fact that the Batmobile has a magnetic winch, like you can attach a winch to something and then floor it in reverse and pull shit down, like pull open a gate or pull down a wall. I thought that was really cool. And that kind of felt more like you were Batman, but in a car, because you were still doing these things with your gadgets, solving puzzles, but you were in a car. So in that sense, the Batmobile really made a lot of sense. What I didn't really like was when it turned, the Batmobile can turn into a three-dimensional controlled tank type of thing. Like it turns into like tumbler battle mode, and you fight. The Arkham Knight has like, I guess he occupies the streets with unmanned army robot tanks, crime tanks, and you have to shoot them with your Batman tank. I don't know, that was a little weird. I know, like, yes, it's a game about a man dressed up like a bat, but there are some things that seem to go a little too far, and that seems to be one of them. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to control. It controls amazing. You can dodge missiles. It's fun to blow shit up, and it looks incredible. So there's that. Now, everything else in the game looks amazing. Batman looks incredible. The graphics, the sight distance, how big the city is insane. Everything is wet. Everything is rainy. There are glowing neon lights everywhere. It's a very obnoxious, in-your-face art style like Arkham City. But it's just so in your face now with the next gen, it's not even funny. Fighting is still awesome. Fear takedowns are really cool. It's kind of like Mark and Execute from Splinter Cell, where when you have the drop on enemies, you can actually take out one, and then it goes into slow motion, and you have to pan the camera, find the next guy, take him out in a chain, and it's really cool, and it looks really cool. Visually, very cinematic. Everything in the game is insanely cinematic with the camera angles. It also really comes into play with environmental attacks that are big in this one. A lot like Sleeping Dogs, where, you know, you could throw a guy through a window, or shove a guy's head in a vent shaft, or pull something down on a guy. It worked really well. It was very seamless, and I enjoyed it. Also, the fact that now you can pick up and use weapons permanently is cool, but it's a little crazy when you see Batman pick up a lead pipe and beat down 7 guys with it. I don't know. But I didn't get to see him play too much, but what I did get to see really excited me. I did get a glimpse of the Arkham Knight, who has a weird voice actor. I don't know if it's like intentionally bro-y, kind of like macho, but he sounds young. So I don't think it's the Joker. Maybe Jason Todd. I don't know. But it sounds like a young, more excited person. He's like, yeah, Batman, I got you. So there's that. That's still open to interpretation. We can talk about it in the comments, you know. But really, overall, I'm just so happy that this game is awesome, and it's so much better than Batman Arkham Origins. I hate that game. I'm sorry. I really hate it. I have a poster of it right there in my studio. I don't know why I do. I have Batman Arkham Origins looking at me in the face. Fuck you. But really, this was kind of my big swan song for E3 videos. There's still more I'd like to talk about, but in case I don't get to it, I did talk about a lot of games on the Because Video Games podcast with my colleagues Andrew Gebbia and Mike Peterson. It's one of my favorite podcast episodes I've done. You can listen to it, iTunes, SoundCloud, check it out. I've linked it everywhere. I talk about a lot more E3 stuff there. But guys, you know the drill with these E3 videos. Ask me questions. I'll answer whatever I can about Batman Arkham Knight. I know a lot of you guys are like crazy fans, so you want to know everything, and I tried to observe as much as I could so I could bring back for you guys. So let me know anything you want to know about Arkham Knight. Let's talk about it in the comments. Let's all be friends. And as always, guys, I'm Jake Baldino. You can like me on Facebook, you can yell at me on Twitter, and you can subscribe because video games.